Found out my fiancé was scheming to steal my assets, so I handed her a devastating paper at the altar. Be me. Never thought I'd be typing this out, but here we are. Throw away for obvious reasons. My hands are still shaking. But I need to get this out somewhere before I lose it. 3 days ago, Luna, 29 deaf, left her phone on the counter while she was in the shower. No big deal. Happens all the time. I, 31, grabbed it to order our usual Friday night Indian food. My phone was dead. That's when I saw them. Notifications from Brandon popping up. Normally, I'm not the snooping type, but something about the preview caught my eye. After the wedding, we can finally celebrate properly, babe. My stomach literally dropped to the floor. Cold sweat instantly. Luna and I have been together 4 years. Met through mutual friends at a rooftop party. She's gorgeous, smart, works in digital marketing. I run my own graphic design business. Nothing fancy, just enough to be comfortable. We got engaged last year, bought a house together 3 months ago. Mostly my savings, but whatever. And our $185,000 wedding is happening in exactly 3 weeks. Yeah, you read that, right? $185K. My parents contributed $110,000, which I was going to pay back eventually. Her folks threw in $15,000, and I'm covering the rest. Luna wanted the works. Venue at this historic mansion downtown Chicago. Tier cake. Those fancy ghost chairs. The whole Instagram-worthy package. I went along with it, because I thought she was the one, you know? Anyway, back to the phone. I did what any human with a functioning brain would do. Opened the full message. And there it was. 4 months of messages between her and this Brandon guy. Her ex from college, who she swore was just a friend. Now let me share some highlights that are burned into my brain. Luna telling him she just needs to get through this wedding. So my name would be on the house paperwork. We close on refinancing right after the honeymoon. Him asking about the prenup I insisted on. My business? Got to protect it. And her bragging that her lawyer already found loopholes they could exploit. Them literally planning meetups after we're married. Because apparently I work too much and wouldn't notice anyway. Her laughing about how I'm paying for this extravagant wedding while she's planning to take me for everything. I sat there reading for almost an hour, going further and further back. Didn't even hear the shower turn off. Nearly jumped out of my skin when Luna walked in, asking if I ordered food yet. Somehow managed to play it cool, handed her phone back, said the app was being glitchy, so I'd use my laptop. The rage I felt sitting across from her eating curry, while she talked about centerpieces. I can't even describe it. 4 years. 4 years of my life with someone who was just waiting to cash in. That night I couldn't sleep. Lay there watching her breathing, looking so innocent. Thinking about every moment I thought was real. The proposal at the lake where her family has a cabin. House hunting together. Planning our future kids' names. All bullshit. Next morning I called my boy Trevor, who works in IT. Had him come over while Luna was at brunch with her bridesmaid. He helped me screenshot and back up everything, then showed me how to hide my digital tracks. Trevor's face when he read those messages. Dude looked like he wanted to throw up. The financial damage breakdown so far: $21,000 non-refundable venue deposit, $4,500 for the photographer, videographer, $3,200 for the DJ and lighting, $7,800 on her dress and alterations, $9,000 catering deposit, $2,500 for flowers, $2,700 for invitations and other paper, plus random deposits for cake, transportation, hotel rooms, rehearsal dinner. That's not even counting the $142,000 balance due on wedding day, or the $12,000 honeymoon to Maldives, or the house we just bought, where I put down most of the $160,000 down payment. And here's the kicker. I can't just cancel everything, because some vendors have clauses where I'd still owe the full amount. We're so close to the date that I'd lose almost everything I've paid. So I've decided on something else, something she'll never see coming. For the past 3 days, I've been playing it completely normal. Yesterday, we spent 7 hours addressing invitation envelopes together. She kept complaining about hand cramps, while I sat there knowing those invites are for a wedding that's never going to happen. Almost started laughing at one point, but played it off as remembering a meme. Called my brother Marcus last night. He's a paralegal and is helping me figure out the house situation. Thank God we haven't refinanced yet. Been sorting out which deposits I might be able to claw back. With emergency cancellation clauses, the hardest part is sleeping next to her every night, feeling her cuddle up to me, knowing it's all fake. This morning she kissed me goodbye and said, 3 more weeks until I'm Mrs. Daniels, with this smile that used to make my heart race. Now it just makes me want to scream. But I'm not confronting her. Not yet. Remember that envelope I mentioned? The one that'll be waiting at the altar? I've started putting it together. When she opens it on our wedding day in front of everyone we know, let's just say her face is going to be priceless. I never thought I'd be the guy in one of these stories. I'm not looking for advice on whether to go through with this. My mind is made up. But if anyone has been through something similar, or has ideas to make this revenge even sweeter, I'm all ears. Update: trying to respond to comments, but kind of busy planning the destruction of someone's public image, LOL. And yes, I've thought about just confronting her now. But after 4 years of lies, she deserves something special. We'll post updates when I can. To answer the top questions, yes, I have proof beyond text messages. And no, I won't be stuck with vendor bills after this is done. My brother and Trevor are helping me handle all that. The prenup actually works in my favor if I can prove infidelity, which is why she and her lawyer were looking for loopholes. Update 1. Holy shit. First off, thanks for all the comments and DMs on my last post. Never expected that kind of response. Reading through them while Luna was sleeping next to me felt surreal AF. It's been the longest 2 weeks of my life. Last night, I almost blew everything. We were going through last-minute RSVPs at the kitchen table. When Luna's mom called, Luna put her on speaker without asking as usual, and her mom started gushing about how excited she was for her baby girl to finally be set for life, not happy or in love. Literally set for life. Luna shot her this look and quickly took her off speaker. But not before I heard enough. Had to bite my tongue so hard I tasted blood. For those asking why I didn't just confront her immediately, 2 reasons. 1. Revenge is a dish best served in front of 178 witnesses. 2. Financially, I needed time to protect myself. The satisfaction of watching her world implode tomorrow, just a bonus. So here's what's gone down since my last post. I met with my bank privately to make sure she can't access my accounts. The banker's face when I explained the situation? Priceless. He helped me set up a completely separate account she knows nothing about. Transferred most of my money there, except what we need for regular bills. Trevor has been an MVP. He recovered even more messages between Luna and Brandon, including a voice memo where she straight up says she's never been attracted to me, but thinks I'll make a great provider. Been listening to that on repeat during my commute. Just to reinforce why I'm doing this, Marcus found a clause in our house paperwork that might save my down payment since we haven't completed the refinancing. Also discovered that technically the prenup works against hers if infidelity is proven before marriage, something her genius lawyer apparently missed. The hardest part has been acting normal. Every morning I wake up next to her, feeling like I'm in some twisted Black Mirror episode. She'll do something small, like make my coffee exactly how I like it, or rub my shoulders, and for a split second, I forget what she really is. Then it all comes crashing back. Last weekend was our bachelorette parties. My boys took me to a cabin by the lake. Trevor arranged it. No strippers. I needed somewhere to vent without Luna possibly overhearing. Got absolutely shit-faced, and woke up with "dodged a bullet" written on my chest in Sharpie. Thanks, Marcus. Meanwhile, Luna and her bridesmaids went to Vegas. She came back with stories about staying up till 5 a.m., just dancing, but her bridesmaid Zoe's Instagram story showed them at some pool party with a bunch of guys. Added those screenshots to the envelope. Speaking of the envelope, it's ready. 26 pages total, all their text conversations. The worst parts highlighted: screenshots of her secret Venmo transactions to Brandon, photos from her Vegas trip, the voice memo transcribed, a letter explaining everything to our guests, and the most satisfying page, proof I've already canceled the honeymoon and gotten a partial refund she knows nothing about. Close calls? Had plenty. Tuesday night she borrowed my laptop, and I nearly had a heart attack, until I remembered I'd been using incognito mode for all my revenge planning. Yesterday morning she picked up my phone to take a picture, and I lunged for it like a maniac. Had to play it off as being worried about work stuff, when really I had screenshots of her texts in my recently deleted folder. The wedding vendors have been surprisingly cool about everything. told the venue manager a simplified version of what's happening. She's been through similar scenarios before and helped me figure out how to minimize financial damage. The caterer agreed to donate the food to a local shelter after the event ends abruptly. The rehearsal dinner tonight was surreal, standing next to Luna at the head table. While both our families made toasts about our perfect match and bright future, her dad got emotional, talking about giving away his little girl to a man who can provide for her. The irony was so thick I could barely swallow my steak. After dinner, Luna pulled me into a side room and told me she had a special surprise for our wedding night. Looked me right in the eyes while saying she can't wait to start our lives together. Then her phone buzzed and she turned away to check it. The flash of panic on her face when she saw the notification. That's when I knew it was Brandon. Got confirmation from Marcus that everything's set for tomorrow. He's positioned friends strategically with phones ready to record. The officiant, my cousin, has been briefed and knows exactly when to hand over the envelope. Luna's sister Olivia, who's always been decent to me, will be in the front row. Feel a little bad she has to see this, but she deserves to know who her sister really is. Just got out of the shower, and Luna's asleep in our bed, wedding dress hanging on the closet door. The sight of it makes me sick now. She looks so peaceful, probably dreaming about the beach house my money was supposed to buy her someday. Tomorrow at Trios, that dream ends. Weird thing is, even with all the anger, there's this hollow feeling in my chest. 4 years gone. The future I planned erased. After tomorrow, I'll need to rebuild everything I thought I had, but at least I'll be free of her lies. My tux is pressed. The rings are on my nightstand. We'll be returning hers, keeping mine as a reminder to never be this stupid again. The envelope is in Marcus's possession. Nothing left to do but try to sleep. Not sure how much I'll be online tomorrow. Kind of a busy day, lol, but I'll update once the dust settles. For everyone saying I'll chicken out, or that I should be the bigger person, absolutely not happening. She had 4 years of chances, to be honest. Tomorrow, she gets what she deserves. Trevor just texted that he's outside with my car keys. I'm crashing at his place tonight, leaving a note saying I'm following the tradition of not seeing the bride before the wedding. Really just can't stomach another night pretending. As I'm packing a quick overnight bag, she stirs and mumbles something about loving me. The audacity is almost impressive. 24 hours from now, everything changes for both of us. Edit. Holy shit. This blew up even more than the first post. Can't respond to comments right now. About to head to the venue. Next time you hear from me, it'll be done. And for those asking if I'm nervous, yes, but backing out isn't an option. She made her choice. Now I'm making mine. Edit 2. For everyone asking about a live stream, not happening. But trust me, you'll get all the details tomorrow. Adjusting my tie now, then heading out. Wish me luck. Update. Hey fam. It's done. Actually done. Been radio silent for 3 days, trying to process everything. This is going to be long, so grab whatever you're drinking and settle in. The morning of the wedding was weirdly calm. Woke up at Trevor's place. Had coffee. Scrolled through all your comments. My phone was blowing up with texts from Luna, asking where I was. If everything was okay, sent back casual replies about getting ready with the guys and see you at the altar. Each message felt like dropping another breadcrumb leading her to destruction. Got to the venue early. Historic mansion downtown with these massive columns and garden where the ceremony was set up. Everything looked perfect. White chairs with those stupid ribbon things Luna insisted on. Flowers everywhere. String quartet warming up. Cost me a fortune, but about to be worth every penny. Strangest part, I wasn't nervous. Not even a little. Just empty. Like watching someone else's life through a window. My groomsmen were all there. Trevor looking serious AF because he knew what was coming. Marcus checking his phone to make sure our special guests were in position. My other buddies making the usual wedding day jokes. None of them knew except Trevor and Marcus. Guests started arriving around 2s. Saw Luna's college friends taking selfies by the rose garden. Her boss and coworkers at the bar already. My side of the family looking uncomfortable in their formal wear. Everyone smiling. Excited to witness our special day if they only knew. 3s approached. The coordinator was running around with her clipboard getting everyone seated. That's when I saw Brandon slipping through the side entrance. Trevor nodded to confirm he'd spotted him too. Dude actually showed up to watch her marry me while planning to screw her behind my back. The absolute balls on this guy. Standing at the altar felt like an out-of-body experience. The officiant, my cousin, kept giving me these meaningful looks, patting the envelope in his jacket pocket. The music changed. Bridesmaids started their walk. Luna's sister, Olivia, looked directly at me as she passed, and for a split second, I wondered if Luna had told her something. Then the bridal march started. Everyone stood, and there she was, beautiful in that $7,800 dress, with the alterations she complained weren't quite right. Hair perfect, makeup flawless, fake smile plastered on her face. Her dad looking proud as he walked her down the aisle. If you didn't know better, you'd think this was the happiest day of her life. As she got closer, I could see her scanning my face, probably trying to figure out why I looked so calm. No nerves, no tears of joy, nothing but cold determination. She reached the altar. Her dad kissed her cheek and placed her hand in mine. Her fingers were ice cold. My cousin started his speech about love and commitment. I wasn't listening, just watching Luna's face, memorizing every detail, the way she kept glancing at the third row where Brandon was sitting, the slight tremor in her lower lip when she looked back at me. She knew something was off, but couldn't place it. Then came the moment. My cousin said there was something we needed to address before proceeding with the vows. He pulled out the envelope and handed it to Luna. She looked confused, glancing from me to the envelope. Asked what this was. I just nodded for her to open it. The color drained from her face in real time, like watching a glass of milk slowly spill across a table. She flipped through the pages, hands shaking harder with each one. When she got to the transcribed voice memo, the one where she literally says she's never been attracted to me, her eyes went wide. The guests were getting restless, whispering. Luna looked up at me, then at Brandon, then back at the pages. That's when I took the microphone. I kept it simple. Told everyone I discovered my fiancée had been planning to use me for financial gain. With her ex-boyfriend, who was sitting right there with us today. Said I wouldn't be getting married after all, but didn't want all this expensive food and alcohol to go to waste. Told them to enjoy the party, just not the wedding. The silence that followed. Holy shit. You could hear people's jaws physically dropping. Luna started crying, mascara running down her cheeks. Tried to grab my arm, saying it wasn't what it looked like. I stepped back and pointed to page 16 of the printouts, the one where she literally says verbatim, "Just need to get through this wedding so his name is on the house." Her mom stood up, then started shouting about how I was humiliating her daughter. That's when Olivia, plot twist, stood up and told her mom to sit down and shut up. Turns out Luna had tried to borrow money from Olivia for a surprise wedding gift for me, but Olivia had suspected something was off. She walked over, took the papers from Luna's hands, read a few pages, and just shook her head before going back to her seat. I handed the mic back to my cousin, nodded to my groomsmen, and walked out. Behind me, chaos erupted. Could hear Luna screaming my name, Brandon trying to slip out unnoticed, guests murmuring and gasping as pages from the envelope circulated. Outside, I took my first deep breath in 3 weeks. Marcus had my car waiting. As I was getting in, Luna's dad caught up to me. Expected him to be pissed. But instead, he just asked if what I said was true. When I nodded, he sighed and said he was sorry. That was it. No drama. Just a tired old man, realizing his daughter wasn't who he thought she was. The aftermath has been messy. My phone blew up for 48 hours straight. Blocked Luna everywhere. But she keeps creating new accounts to message me. Her latest tactic is threatening to tell everyone what I did to her if I don't talk to her. Like I already told everyone what you did to me. Some highlights from the fallout. Trevor sent me videos of guests' reactions. Pure gold. Venue manager said it was the most dramatic thing she'd seen in 15 years. Brandon apparently got cornered by Luna in the parking lot. They had a screaming match, where she accused him of setting her up. Found out later from Olivia that Brandon had been playing Luna too. He's actually dating someone named Zoe. Yes, the same Zoe who was one of her bridesmaids. The plot thickened. About 60% of guests stayed and actually partied. Free booze is free booze. Luna's mom has been telling people I faked everything because I got cold feet. Several mutual friends have reached out to say they always thought something was off about our relationship. As for me, staying at Trevor's for now. Meeting with lawyers about the house situation next week. Lost about $135,000 in non-refundable deposits. But considering I was about to lose a lot more, I'm counting it as a win. The hardest part is the quiet moments, realizing 4 years of my life were a lie, wondering what was real and what wasn't. But then I remember her face when she opened that envelope, and I know I made the right call. Anyway, fam, thank you for being part of this journey. Your comments kept me strong when I wanted to break down and confront her early. Special shout out to Prenup King and Revenge, best served cold, for the specific suggestions I incorporated into the envelope. TLDR. Exposed my gold-digging fiancé at the altar. Saved myself from a lifetime of being used. Currently rebuilding my life one day at a time. Edit. For those asking about the house, I owned it before she moved in. Her name isn't on anything yet. And yes, I changed the locks already. Edit 2. No, I'm not posting the actual evidence here. Yes, I have therapy scheduled for next week. And to the people saying I should have handled it privately. Would she have handled the divorce privately 3 years from now? When she took half my business? Nah. Edit 3. Luna's sister Olivia reached out. We're getting coffee next week. Not like that, you vultures. She just wants to apologize for not seeing what her sister was doing. Says she found more evidence on Luna's laptop that goes back even further than I knew will update if anything interesting comes from that convo.